YouTube, let me paint you a picture. I just returned home from my younger cousin's wedding. I had to travel to the great state of Pennsylvania to go to said wedding. Now, here's the thing. Here's the picture I would like to paint. You see, there was no alcohol at this wedding. I'm not a big boozer. I'm not someone who needs to drink to have a good time. I was with family I hadn't seen in a while. It was still nice. But alcohol is a pivotal part of weddings. It gets people going, it gets the dancing happening, it gets the juices flowing. So it just felt like this wedding was missing something. Thus, the inspiration for this latest edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. Thank you guys for returning to Whiteboard Wednesday on kdjTV. We are so close to reaching YouTube partnerships, so if you have not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. I will love you eternally. But back to my original point. The wedding with no alcohol was missing something. MLB The Show 23 is also missing a few things, so I figured in this edition of Whiteboard Wednesday, we could just go down that checklist of 5 things that I think MLB The Show 23 is still missing. You may disagree, or you may have other thoughts to expand on this list of 5. After all, it's only 5 things, and my brain is not that strong. So if you have other options, please make sure you comment them down below, like the video, as I said, subscribe, and make sure you live by this mantra. Hannah Montana once said it. Nobody's perfect. That was such a bad joke. That's such a fucking bad... Let's just move on. Is it just me, or have the umpires gotten exponentially worse this year in MLB The Show, specifically in online play? We know that when you play offline, sometimes umpires do not have the perfect strike zone turned on. That's fine. That creates a little more realism in a mode that you're trying to perhaps be realistic in. And now, when I'm playing online, I am not trying to be realistic. So I want perfect umpires. The last thing I need in a game that already has a ton of RNG is the umpire screwing me over. Now, I've drawn a diagram because I'm a scientist, right? So, this pitch right here is pretty damn close. It's on the line of the strike zone, as is this pitch up here. By my scientific research, there is an estimation that these are only called strikes 50% of the time this year. It is touching, it is in the strike zone. Look at this, look at the science. I'm going to show you some science right here. Scientists use arrows. Look at this. Look at that. It's inside the strike zone, as is this. Now, why on Ramon's Green Earth are these not strikes every single time you throw them? MLB The Show 23 in online play needs perfect umpires back. Bring them back. I feel like it has just been a travesty this year. Pitching's already hard enough. They nerfed it in so many different ways. This did not have to be one of them. This is a joke. Are freeze-offs at an all-time high? I don't know if we can really answer that question. At least I can't. I feel as if I don't have enough information. But it does feel like the server strength is at an all-time low. There are a lot of games, online and even just going through conquest maps, in which it feels like the hamster is trying his hardest on the wheel to keep the servers up and running, but he's just passing out because his little legs don't generate enough power to keep it going. It is hysterical that this boutique little company called Sony cannot give their gaming company enough resources to have dedicated servers. I've said this many times before, maybe not always in Whiteboard Wednesday, but certainly in other videos, my podcast, on streams. I don't know how technology works. It is astounding that I'm producing this for you at this very moment. But when it comes to servers, what I understand is that I am playing, this is in online head-to-head, by the way, let me make sure I walk that back. When I am playing you, the viewer, in an online game, I'm playing my game, you're playing your game. We are pinging our connections to one server, and then it's marrying them together, and bingo, bango, bongo, we have a game. If you're a tech person, you're probably laughing at me right now, because that didn't make sense. But instead of joining one collaborative room in one server and playing against each other there, like you might do in some FPS games, instead, we're playing our own separate games and coming together. And that's why you get things like laggy outfielders who teleport to the ball. There are very rare instances in which you're playing at entirely different stadiums in the same game. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. MLB The Show has gotten so much better in recent years, except for last year, with, being a real company. Let's get dedicated servers, please. I mean, Jesus Christ. I don't play Road to the Show. Why is that? I think it's really boring. I don't think they do any upgrades to the mode. I don't think they put any resources into further development of the mode. And truth be told, even though caps still run rampant, I don't think anyone really cares a ton about Road to the Show. Now, I am not ignoring you hardcore Road to the Show players. I know you're out there, and I know some of you watch this channel, so thank you for watching. But the whole conversation here is they're doing a disservice to people like you who enjoy Road to the Show. It should get effort put into it. So I want the Sandlot mode. I'm calling it that. I'm not the first person to call it that, I'm sure, but SDS, if you want to use it, I'll take it. You can take it for a small nominal fee. The Sandlot mode is just like NBA 2K's version of whatever the heck their Road to the Show is called. I don't play it 2K, so I don't know. You can control your character, your created player, and walk them around a city. You can go play a pickup 9-inning game. You can go play a wiffle ball game. You can go play blitzball. Maybe they can partner with blitzball. You could go do all these things and actually create story and personality for your character. I don't know if this eliminates Road to the Show. I don't know if this is on top of Road to the Show. I don't know if this will never happen. But this needs to happen because it would be a ton of fun. I would sink so many hours into playing a Sandlot mode. I'm an online demon. I love playing online. I would play this probably even more. At some point, if SDS does not actually address franchise mode fully, there will be a revolution. I'm astounded at how well we've all kept our composure without just attacking SDS every single stream, every single year. I know the Make Franchise Great Again hashtag trends every single year, multiple times per year. They made some small changes this year to make drafting a little more immersive. But at what point are we going to get a franchise mode that actually dives into all of the decisions? Every single decision that a franchise has to make. Not just personnel, not just coaches, not just scouts. I'm talking how much are we selling hot dogs for? How are they going to be vegan hot dogs? Are we getting all natural beef franks? Are they Nathan's or are they Sabrettes? I don't know. You decide. As the owner of the franchise, you should have say in every single thing that goes into your team, hands down without question. The fact that you can't do that, and I feel like you used to be able to do that eons ago, it's just a failure by SDS. There are tons of great creators who create franchise content. I'm friends with some of them. They do great work, and I still, to this day, can't believe that they grind through rebuilds and franchise content when the mode is so bad. Because I know they know that they would be having a lot more fun if the mode was more immersive, if the mode was deeper. One of the things that is still holding MLB The Show 23 back so much from even a wider audience is that the franchise is not as deep as it should be. You know what else this game is missing? Any incentive to play ranked seasons, literally at all. Not only is it a nightmare, dealing with RNG and pitching is impossible, but you don't actually reap any real rewards from playing the mode anymore. The introduction of the ranked program is both a positive in that it makes cards attainable, but it is also a negative in that you don't even have to be good to attain the cards. There's been a lot of conversation online, mostly on Twitter, about maybe making these rewards non-sellable. I think that works. It doesn't dilute the marketplace. It makes you actually have to value the card that you're grinding for, and it brings more legitimacy to a mode that's supposed to be competitive. I don't know why that's so hard for people to grasp. You're playing a ranked mode with a ranked ladder against other competitive opponents. It's supposed to be the battleground for those competitive players in the game, and just right now it's not. As you can see here, I drew a little icon. It says 1,000 on it. In one of the feature premiere streams before this game dropped, SDS said, "Hey, we heard you. You want ranked to be worth it. So guess what we're doing? If you reach 1,000 in ranked, we're going to give you a shiny little gold icon." Dear SDS, do you know what the definition of worth it is? Because I'm not sure you do. If you reach 1,000, you should get 500,000 stubs. Or 250,000 stubs. A reasonable amount of stubs to congratulate you on what is an incredibly difficult and incredibly frustrating process. Giving you 1,000 stubs, 2,000 XP, and a stupid icon that is meaningless doesn't do a thing. Right now, realistically, there's no incentive to play ranked. I'm having a lot more fun playing BR, which is a shocking statement, and even events. I am about 830, I think, in ranked right now. I'd like to make a World Series push, but honestly, I don't really care if I do or not. There are going to be more seasons to make it. I just need to get the banner one time. I don't know. Do you think differently? Do you still think ranked is worth the grind? With the way pitching is, I really don't ever want to touch it. YouTube, that'll do it for another exciting edition of Whiteboard Wednesday. Sometimes we just gotta vent a little bit, right? We gotta let our opinions fly. I feel like that's what this episode was. If you like the content, make sure you help me on my journey to YouTube partnership and subscribe. You can also buy the merch. Look at this, the show, the podcast, every Tuesday, YouTube, Apple, Spotify. I have to get taller. Buy the merch. Links in the description. I'll love you forever. And that'll do it. See you next week.